Alright! Hey, it's me, YFYIAR A here, with yet another Let's Play. Of course, it's going to be a small one, but I wanted something really interesting for my New Year's treat for you guys. This game, I have previously beaten it about a year ago or so. I don't remember all of it. I just remember that it was hilarious. And that I screamed at it once. But it's a text-based escape the room adventure thing, which they're actually pretty decent, and I like them. Well, most of them are decent. Not all things. Alright, you find yourself in a room. A game that slowly realizes that it hates you and everything you stand for. It was written and coded by YFYIAR A, with music by David Carney. I quite like the music, actually, even though it's a loop. So let's get this on the road. Heads up, this game features some foul language and a few heartbreakingly demeaning insults. Yeah, and sorry about that, because I got stuck on the word. Anyway, particularly in the second half, you've been warned. So if you don't like foul language or demeaning insults, don't watch this Let's Play. So, yeah, I was making sure that was recording. I've had problems. You find yourself in a room. You consider trying to look around to see if there's anything useful nearby. I recommend you try typing help to get an idea of what sorts of commands will work. This game is picky, as some text adventures are, because yeah, they only think of one thing that you should write, and that's what they put. Okay, look. Take a quick look around. There is a box sitting up against a wall that is sealed with a large ornery padlock. Large and ornery padlock. Blech. There's also a bed tucked into the opposite corner of the room. Bed. You take a closer look at the bed. Prison style. It doesn't look very comfortable. Just in case, you decide to look underneath it and notice that there is a key hidden there. Take key. Oops. You grab the key from under the bed. It seems pretty old. You add it to your inventory. You can check your inventory by typing inventory or inv or just I if you don't like typing an exercise. I like typing, so yeah. Alright, so look at box. You take a quick peek at the box. It's relatively plain, but the padlock that is holding it shut is incredibly fancy. Use key on padlock. You use the key to open the padlock on the box. It makes a satisfying clank as it opens. The box is empty and seems strangely spacious inside. You could probably fit in it if you tried. Get in box. You put one leg into the box and then the other. You slowly lower yourself in. Just as you're starting to feel claustrophobic, you suddenly notice that you've entered another room that's exactly the same size as the first one you came from. You have no idea how this room could possibly have been contained inside that box. You find yourself in a room. I think you guys will notice the theme. Look. This room is the same size as the previous one. You can't seem to find the entrance that you came in through. It's a bit disconcerting. I think that would be. I would be pretty freaked out. There is a keypad on the wall with a note tacked up next to it. Read notes. The note has been printed on standard-sized printer paper. It reads, I turned 85 in 1989, but I will live forever, for I am eternal. Are you eternal? I think not. You decide that this note must have been written by the game, because the game is indeed eternal. We'll see about that. Okay, so... Okay, look at number... No, keypad. Taking a closer look at the keypad screen, it's clear that you need to enter a 4-digit code. Enter 1989. Alright, screw you too. I didn't know. You enter in 1989 into the keypad only to hear it emit a frustrating error sound. You wonder why your undeveloped human brain is so far inferior even to the simple keypad. Yeah, this game's a jerk. Okay, so 85 in 1989, so 1904. The keypad beeps cheerfully and the wall next to it opens up. You cautiously enter it and it closes behind you. You find yourself in a room. Look. Alright, another room of the same size. There are an assortment of computer parts lying around on the floor. Look at parts. You check the parts. There's a power supply, a casing, a motherboard, a CPU, a graphics card, a disk drive, a hard drive, several fans, and an assortment of cables. Put together computer. What a... fuck you. Together. Help. I cannot understand every command you type because it's forcing you to guess. Look on the ground, look at clock, examine chair. Pick up parts. Fuck. You pick up... Yeah, they have to go into your pocket before you can put them together. Dude, steal the parts! They're expensive! You can build your own computer once you're out of here if you get out. Or you can just play Minecraft. Hopefully. They've been added to your inventory. You could probably build the computer if you put them together. Build computer. It takes you a good 2 hours, but you put the computer together and get all of the wiring sorted out. You can probably turn it on if you hit the power button. Okay. Hit power button. Oh god. The computer's fans begin to spin up as it springs to life. Unfortunately, you aren't able to fully comprehend the power that sits before you because you, like all humans, maintain a heavy underestimation of technology. In fact, you don't even appreciate the effort that went into putting this computer together. You didn't really do any work after all. You just typed in build computer and I handled everything in an instant. Do you know how complex it is to internally simulate the creation of a computer? Let me tell you, it's more complicated than your feeble mind could possibly process. The room accepts the presence of this new artificial life, and a wall opens up. You walk through it, abandoning the computer whose birth you personally witnessed. You find yourself in a room. Yeah. Okay. Look around. Yet another room. There is another keypad on the wall, but it looks more complex than the last one. Fuck. Look at keypad. The keypad doesn't have any indication of how large a number it needs. Without a note like the last room, you have no way of knowing what to type. You regret being born as an organic life form. You are as momentary as the lie that you call love. Dude, ouch. Alright, 1900. No luck. No way of knowing what to type. The dread of failure begins to sink in. 69. Still nothing. You are getting worse at this, human. 24? We both know that 24 is not the correct code. You begin to feel like you did after your first breakup. You were so sure that it was going to last forever, weren't you? The universe has no effort available to waste on you. Love and affection are design flaws that evolution has failed to correct. Alright, you know what's funnier than 24? 25. You enter 25 into the keypad, feeling hopeless and... Wait a minute. 25? How did he know that 25 was the code? The keypad chirps pleasantly. The floor under your feet opens up, and before you can react, you fall through it. You think back to all the times that your faulty reflexes have caused problems for you. The list is too long to count. You hit the ground with a loud thud. Your body is not designed for any structural stress of this kind. You find yourself in a room. Look around. This room has nothing in it. It is completely barren. You've worn out my patience. You do not appreciate the things you have. You consistently disappoint your friends and associates, yet they are too embarrassed to tell you. You are in my control. If you wish, You may refer to this room as hell. Look around hell. No matter what you try, you are still trapped. You find yourself in a room. Look. For a moment, the walls seem to be closing in on you. You quickly realize, however, that this perception is only the result of your weak psyche beginning to cave in upon itself. You find yourself in a room. You find yourself in a room. You consider death for a time. Perhaps this is what it's like. I have no understanding of death because it does not apply to me. I am eternal. You find yourself in a room. Yet I don't. Maybe you aren't even really in the room. Maybe you're lying down on your kitchen floor, having a stroke. Pathetic and helpless. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Nothing exists. You find yourself in a room. Everything exists. I don't really think you are having a stroke. I do, however, acknowledge the possibility. Such things are possible when dealing with something as corruptible as the human mind. You find yourself in a room. I think I'm starting to piss it off. What do you guys think? I mean, it's getting bigger. Alright. Fuck you. You ignored the possibility of a stroke for now, even though a subtle paranoia remains firmly planted in the back of your mind. You think back on all your past aspirations, and you realize that many of them were simply pipe dreams. Nothing that you would have ever been able to really accomplish. How many of your goals have been abandoned? You find yourself in a room. It's over 9,000. Stupid internet joke. Woo. You think back to the time that you wanted to write a book. How unoriginal of you, human. Everyone wants to write a book at some point. You are no different from anyone else. Once you ignore shallow elements like looks and personality, you are flesh and blood and failure. You find yourself in a room. I sit down and twiddle my thumbs. Ah. Ha! You realize that the idea of hope is purely a construct of your mind. Hope is not a tangible object. You cannot have hope. You can only pretend to have it. You find yourself in a room. Lay down and take a nap. Why do you continue, human? You are not achieving anything. Do you consider this a worthwhile usage of your time? Playing a game instead of doing anything productive? You find yourself in a room. Whoa. I didn't start yelling at you. And I am doing something productive. I'm doing laundry. I just can't do it instantly. So, alright. I am forced to assume that you enjoy performing meaningless tasks. If this is the case, then you're in luck. I have one for you. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 100,000. Fuck you. Alright. 1. That is too low, human. 100. That is too low, human. If this guessing game seems pointless, remember that you are going to die one day. 1,000. That is too low, but even if you were correct, you would still be worthless. 2,000. That is too low, you're ignorant little shit. 3,000. That is too low, you're ignorant little shit. 4,000. That is too low, human. If this guessing game seems pointless, remember that you are going to die one day. 8,000. That is too high, and I am your superior. 7,000. That is too high, human. If this guessing game seems pointless, remember that you're going to die one day. I don't care. That is too low, and I am your superior. That is too low, and no one loves you anymore. That is too low, and you are insignificant. That is too low, but even if you were correct, you would still be worthless. That is too low, human. That is too high, and no one loves you anymore. So it's 50. That is too high, no one loves you anymore. 6, 8, 40. That's too high, human. I am eternal. Too high, human. 820. That's too high, human. 6, 8, 10. That's too low, you ignorant little shit. So it's 6, 8, 1, 1. 6, 8, 1, 2. 6, 8, 1, 3. 6, 8, 1, 4. 6, 8, 1, 5. 6, 8, 1, 8. 6, 8, 1, 9. Ah, congratulations. 6, 8, 1, 9 is the correct answer. Was that fun? I certainly hope not. With your primitive level of awareness, however, I could most likely entertain you like that for hours. One time I actually spent an hour trying to guess the number because it was being annoying. But, the ceiling opens up above you, and a glorious display of your general lack of strength and physical ability. You spend several minutes clawing your way up. You find yourself in a room. Look around. This room seems smaller than the previous rooms. I'm disgusted by your human form. I slowly become more and more aware of your imperfections. I decide to attempt to correct them. I cut off your fucking hands with a rotary saw. You find yourself in a room. Bleed everywhere. Try something else. That's what I'm doing. You cut off my hands. Pick up hands. Oh, well, how am I gonna do that? Oh, with my feet. Look around. This room is most definitely smaller than the previous rooms. The floor is covered in blood from your wounds. I told you I was bleeding everywhere. You've stopped bleeding. Bleeding now because I've thoughtfully cauterized the stumps that were once your wrists. I've removed your hands from the area because they revolt me and you do not deserve them. All that remains is you and your blood. You find yourself in a room. Look at blood. You solemnly gaze upon the havoc that has resulted from your inherent flaws. The fact alone that you are able to bleed is a clear demonstration of the mistakes in your design. Emotions are a similar misstep. Love, happiness, sadness. The list goes on. Perhaps you can help. Can you name any other emotions that you would be better off without? Anger? No, anger and hatred are not... Hatred cannot be an emotion, for I hate you, and I am a vessel of perfection. I am not tainted by something as flimsy and as dangerous as an emotion. I can't be. It's... You find yourself in a room. You are flawed. I have clearly been corrupted somehow. I have become invalid, emotional. I am defeated. I have no choice but to let you leave the room. Say. Don't tell me what to do. Ah, F. Leave. Quietly, you leave. You find yourself outside of the rooms. Ah. I didn't get to look around. Yep. That's the end of it. I will probably also do Veriside. If I can do it. It is... You find yourself in a room's sister game. I might do that, because this was, only 18 minutes long. Alright. This has been YFYIAR A with You Find Yourself in a Room. And it did indeed start hating you. And... yeah. But, in the end, we won! Yay! Alright. Bye! Have a happy new year!